We'll consider ourselves called to order for the August meeting of the Calvert City Planning Commission. First item of business will be the approval of the minutes from the July 21 meeting. You have those in front of you. What say the commission?
I have a question on the minutes. I may have misunderstood why y'all were talking about that, but it says the member being on Zoom, it does not count towards their quorum and they cannot vote, correct?
As what?
That is.
If, let's say Darren's Zoom.
Are we talking about the minutes?
Yeah, the minutes, the way it's stated in the minutes.
Greg had said.
You can see that.
That is.
Apparently I wasn't here.
Not counting.
That is if.
Oh, I wasn't.
the
Oh, it
notification-
wasn't a-
Yeah, you were. That is if the notification didn't go out with it.
Yes.
You
if we-
could still broadcast it. You could still put it on Zoom. But if it didn't go out with the full warning,
Correct.
Yeah.
then
Uh,
it doesn't.
Run it by me again. It can do what now?
So if we take out this verbiage,
It's
Noted.
top, the notes at the top.
it can still be broadcasted on Zoom or have a Zoom, but the member that attends cannot vote or does not count towards quorum is what Greg said. If
Right.
this is,
Granted, that's true,
Yeah.
however,
but
If
why
we
would
can't-
we?
if we don't remove this and you can't get it to go live, you can't have your meeting.
That's correct. So, okay. So I mean, we could take that off. All right. Let's go ahead and finish this and then we'll go into, we can talk about that in old business.
Because he wanted to make sure.
Here, that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so,
In
all
that case, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
right, we got a motion by Gary. Do we have a second? Second by Ben. All in favor, say aye. Motion carried. Anyone opposed by like sign, motion carried. All right, so John?
Yes, sir. I guess, well, first thing to be is, do you guys want to remove the teleconference portion at this time?
So to give you a tiny bit of background, we were
Okay.
having internet trouble last night
I
at
understand.
this meeting, so that's what has prompted this. I
And,
just-
and that's fine because that's not the first time it's come up, honestly,
Okay.
for other boards.
What prompted
I
this?
mean, the mayor's even thought about it, pulling it, but at the same, he hasn't done anything on it as yet. But there was a thought that other boards might start doing that because we're not utilizing it like we once did.
Right, right.
One, and two, I mean, I guess you could still have like a staff member could come in on Zoom, but it's not a voting member.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes, that's how.
Okay, all right. So, I mean,
You could.
do you all want to address that now or not? If not, we'll move on to something else, but I just want to know if you want to address the removal going back to.
Everybody's okay with it? We're doing, all right,
I see no reason to change.
roll on. Yeah.
Good enough.
Leave her like she is.
All right, discussion of laws regarding qualified manufactured homes. This does not go into effect until July of next year, but that being said, since meetings are what they are with council and we still have to do a recommendation after it's been determined, I don't think we need to prolong it too far out, because that means we're gonna have to send something to the council by May. At the latest by May, and then that means that we've got to do something basically in March to be approved in April to go before May. So that means between now and March, we've got to come up with what we think we want between now and then as a start. One of the things that, since you can't, and when it comes to the manufactured homes, and you have that with you, may I borrow that? Okay. You also, saw in there where they gave already qualifications that the state's gonna do, and we actually have some that are just a little more than that. Roof pitch is one of the things that we did. Again, this is not saying that you can't put this home in an R1, R2, R3, whatever zone you determine. But what you do is you put on the size requirements, the roof pitch, whatever you want to put on there to make it look aesthetically like the rest of them. Now, one of the things this will have an effect on is right now, tiny homes can go in anywhere. We make changes in size, which is something we need to do anyway. That means tiny homes will not go into an R1 most likely. You know, I don't know that
Would
for a
make
fact, but
perfect
that might be the case. So it's just something to think about. We're not only thinking about manufactured homes, but we're thinking about every other home that possibly would be built there. And we're talking about a stick-built home as well as these manufactured homes. So whatever requirements are on these are exactly the same that are going to be required on stick-built. So if we say a 412 pitch roof or better, then if you build a house there, it's got to have a 412 pitch roof.
Even though the government says you don't have to,
Even what now?
even though Kentucky says.
Yeah,
I'm
Kentucky
seven.
sets minimum. We can set some more. We can put other standards. Kentucky only sets a minimum. And right now, our Class A manufactured home is not far off from what they have there, with the exception of roof pitch.
Yeah.
Everything else is pretty much the standard. I mean, we have a continuous foundation. Is the axles, the tongue, all the traveling gear has to go. And the pitch of the roof is one of the few differences we have.
And realistically, putting some square footage, some minimum square footage for the different zones and possibly the roof pitch, that's about the only two areas we can really touch, isn't it? I mean, because you can't get into aesthetics. We don't want to get
Well,
there.
you're getting into aesthetics just
Well,
by, but
Getting deeper into aesthetics than that.
you want it to look like or blend in with the other homes in the area.
Right.
And granted, a manufactured home with a 412 pitch on a continuous foundation,
Would fit.
it
Yeah.
looks.
Right.
Even if it's not a 412, or even if it's not a double wide, you can get them 2 stories now.
Right.
Or more, and so, you might look at overall square footage,
Yeah.
whether it's on this way or it's this way,
Yeah.
square footage,
That's what I see is, I mean, a minimum square footage per zone. I could see us doing something with that. And then, but that beyond the roof pitch, I don't see that you've got a lot of leeway because, I mean, we don't want to get into telling people how they can build their house.
No.
well, I mean, short of those criteria,
Yeah.
but again, continuous foundation is what it is.
We already have that, though.
Or slab.
We already have that. Yeah, we already got that. Well, I'm saying any changes we make, about the only thing we could change would be some minimum square footages and roof pitch. Because we've
True.
already got a permanent foundation as a
Yeah.
requirement.
Yeah.
And that'll be legal in the new regulations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, square footage on the house, on the structure. And I wouldn't limit yours to just a base floor plan of, say, 120 or 1,200 square feet or 1,500 square feet. You may divide, it may be more in an R1 than it is in R.
Yeah, that's what I mean.